All right, listings. Listings are leverage. It's something that we hear all the time in real estate, and they very much are, because of all the things that you can do with one single listing to promote yourself, to promote the home, to add buzz. There's so many things that even people don't think of. And I wanted to get your brains going with other things that you could do that aren't typical. Okay. I will give you some ideas. There's ideas even more than this that I would encourage you to think of. But just start like brainstorming with one listing. Guys, I've now been doing this for 7 years, but when I had one listing back in the day, I looked just as busy as I do now with 10. Okay, there's a lot that you can do, and there's a lot of buzz and talking and all the things that you can really stir up with one listing. Okay, let's talk about this. So I'm all about video and putting information out there. So you can do video, or you can just do postings with this information, but you know, there's so many appointments that you have, so many moving parts and appointments that you have with the listing. Let's talk about a big one, staging. So you have that staging appointment. One thing that could be put out there, a video about staging, is, hey guys, we offer, 2 hours complimentary. I gift all my clients 2 hours with my stager, and you talk about that process. Okay. Staging, you could be talking about what are the top 3 things that are your favorite things to do for staging. Right off the bat, I'd be saying, you need white puffy towels. You can take them to your next home. You need a new front door mat, and you need some faux greenery, because usually homes need some greenery, right? A lot of us don't have enough greenery. So, okay. I'm just brainstorming here. Okay. First impressions. Let's talk about first impressions matter. Did you know that typically a buyer will decide within like 5 seconds of entering your home? So let's talk about what that looks like when people enter. Let's talk about the front. Is it like power washed? Is there a front door mat, or is there cobwebs? Is it disgusting? We've all seen those. So there's informational video right there. Let's talk about light. Let's talk about light bulbs. I know that homes that are well lit sell quicker and for more money. Like, if anyone ever gives me feedback that the home is dark, the basement's dark, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to sit longer. So simple. Let's talk about light bulbs. What kind of light bulbs do you need? Get daylight light bulbs. Make sure they all match. Make sure they're not, for some reason, I always get homes like in the lower level that have these light bulbs that take like a minute to like light up, and then they're not that bright. Like, don't use those. They need to be bright. Bright homes sell quicker and for more money. That's always my message. So just right there with staging. So I'm going to a property after this. So Walker, it's our 1.375. We had it staged. It's amazing. I will literally sit in that home and start doing videos. And you can, pre-record these, then you can have a month, weeks, or whatever of videos. And I'm saying, hey guys, here are my top 3 staging items. There's so many things that you can talk about just with staging. So that's one. Let's go to another thing, scheduling photography. Okay. So we do aerials with our property. That's information right there. Okay. So for all of our listing, we do aerials. We think photography is really important. There's one thing right there. What about pro photos? A lot of people don't do pro photos. We think it matters. Did you know that it's called fusion technology or something like that? Figure it out. Again, idea. I'm just brainstorming for a video. They blend. So my photographer will take 6 images, 1, 2, 3, and fuse them together. So now we're seeing, we're not seeing blurry windows. We're seeing details in the windows in depth. Being a photographer with past experience in photography, I can really appreciate that, because if it's blown out and it's not shot right, you can see the interior well, but your windows are blown out and you can't see it. It looks bad. So anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent, but pro photography matters. They're blending 6 images together. So the outside, it all looks amazing. It's all well lit. So I'm just giving you ideas that there's so many things that you could talk about and brainstorm yourself within each category. You're getting the home professionally measured. That's kind of a boring topic. Okay, but there's different things you can talk about. Okay, let's talk about just posting in general when you get an ad, when you get a listing. Okay, so there's posting, and then there's running ads for these as well. And I do a whole nother video on running ads, whether you're boosting or you're running ads. So that's a whole nother video topic, but let's just talk about posts in general. So yeah, I mean, you can post for sale and you can post sold. And that's what the majority of people do, right? You stop there. There's so many things beyond that you can post for one listing. And with all these, you can make the property look different. Don't use the same photo of the outside. You got a lot of different photos, use them all, make it look different. So let's talk about all the ways just with one property, okay? Coming soon, just listed, for sale, open house, broker open, if you're doing one, multiple offers received. If you don't have that, offers due, under contract, sold. Okay. There's so many things that you can do just for one listing. And so with these two, when you post that, again, mix it up with images, right? So it's not the same, oh my God, I'm posting about the same thing over and over. Switch up your messaging, right? But also consider, you know, running ads. Ads don't have to break the bank. They do not have to be that expensive. You can do, you know, 40, 50 bucks here and there. I do believe in having a consistent campaign and not just doing them every once in a while. But again, I do another training video on that. But what about running an ad? You're running coming soon. Everyone right now, there's no inventory. Everyone, that's a value to people. Coming soon on the market. You know, a lot of my coming soon ads that I run don't even have an address on them. It's Maple Grove for this price. It's Wayzata Schools for this price. They have to reach out to me to get more information. So then when it's just listed, it's on the market, you know, just listed, then I might have the address on there. I might have the address on there, inviting people to an open house. These are all ads you can do. Okay. Then with sold, sometimes I do sold campaigns and I say, sold it for $50,000 over. So I just did one, sold Wayzata Schools for whatever it was just under 800,000. And my messaging there is different because I'm trying to pick up listings. I want sellers thinking about selling to see that and be like, oh, I should talk to Kelly Brown. I should give her a call. So there's different things that you can do and run ads in different posts. And don't get overwhelmed if you don't want to run ads or don't have the budget yet. I didn't start doing that for a while. Okay. But there's so many different things that you can post other than for sale and sold. Let's talk about pre-marketing. State of Minnesota, we can pre-market a property in coming soon status for up to 21 days. That's pretty valuable. Okay. There's so many things that you can do beyond what I will even talk about right now, but you could be at the home. We do this all the time. So like if photos are going on and the home looks good, I am collecting, I'm going there, I'm doing videos. I'll probably do multiple videos. So I have more to post throughout the weeks. So pre-marketing. Okay. Hey guys, I have a home coming soon, Maple Grove. Maple Grove, it's 4 bedrooms up, $500,000. If you're interested, want to know more, reach out. Okay. So I didn't leave their address. People have to reach out to me. Okay. Here's another, now it just, let's see. Actually, I was going to say for sale. So there's so many things though that you can do in that. You could even do another one, you know, I don't know. You could be in the backyard. You could be in the front yard. People could be like, oh, is that the same home or is it a different home? You know, but all of a sudden you're doing pre-marketing. And I really, really, really believe in the value of pre-marketing a home, getting your home more buzz for that home in general, but also picking up buyers, making your phone ring. So a lot of this is about making your phone ring and getting additional business for it. Yes, we want to sell that home. Yes, we want to get additional buzz, but how can you actually pick up a buyer, pick up a listing from it? Okay. Okay. So that's pre-marketing. Let's talk about signage. Okay. I remember you got to figure out what you're doing with signs, but directional signs have been a thing that I decided to do in the beginning. And people would be like, oh my gosh, I see your signs everywhere. And I'd be like, yeah, I wouldn't tell them, but I'm like, I have one listing and I have signs all over. But so let's talk about that. So directional signs, you can post, be careful of the city. Okay, cities have different requirements. And if you're around here, don't post them, don't put them up in Maple Grove. They'll take them down. You will get fined hundreds of dollars. But some cities are more relaxed than others, but directional signs, like I've owned this for a while. I care about my directional signs. I will see people do them. They'll try to do them well for a while, then they get sick of doing it. But directional signs, you know, I use signs on the cheap. They're like $5 a sign. I do them. Okay, but additional signs. When you have an open house, all weekend long, then you can have your open house signs out. I think that's so valuable. That's free marketing all weekend long. It's super important to me on our team when we do opens that those signs are out all weekend long. Now, again, it depends on your cities, but a lot of times you can put them out Friday night and pick them up late Sunday. Now you have free advertising all weekend. And when we do opens and open signs, we don't have 5 signs out. A lot of times we have them stacked two by each other. So 2 on one side of the road on busy roads, and then 2 on the other side. And I mean, people see it, they see blue, whether or not they go to your open house is besides the point. Great if they do, but you just have free advertising all weekend long. Okay. And obviously the for sale sign that's just outside the house. Okay. I do luxury signs a lot for my listings. It depends on the price point. Sometimes I'll just do regular, but they're 3 times as expensive and they stand out. I have people that ask me, you know, your signs are really cool and they're solar lit. Okay. Whatever. But bottom line, even just having a sign in someone's yard with your phone number, you will get calls every once in a while. So all the signage, blowing it up, multiple ways of just one listing, doing so many different things to build up momentum. Let's talk about brochures. Brochures, they're so cheap, right? Like you just print, like honestly, this is one of our brochures, but this is for my almost $1.4 million property. And it's a thicker, amazing brochure, but for a lot of our properties, it's just a 1 sheet. Sorry, I don't have that, but those are pretty cheap, right? That's really cheap. So where could you have all these brochures? So on your for sale sign, on your for sale sign in the front, you can get a brochure box and have them. When I was new, I had those stocked all the time. When they ran out, I wanted nosy neighbors to take it. I wanted nosy neighbors to keep it for when they sell. And I want that. I don't do that as much now, but I'll tell you in the beginning, I did it all the time and I had those brochures stocked. What about if you put them at coffee shops? You can take that, you could put it, you could do like little ones or wherever you go. Like people want to know, and it could be instead of maybe it for sale, maybe it could be coming soon or something like that. But think about where you could sprinkle those brochures. And obviously in the homes, you know, when people are in there and they take them, you just never know, guys. Oh my gosh, the people that I've met at opens who keep that. And then like 3 years later, I just sold one for just under $1 million. They met me 3 years ago in an open house and they kept my brochure, they kept my information. So you just never know how that, so brochures, you're printing them, they're out there. Okay. Okay. So additionally, open houses. So open houses, I always say to my sellers, statistically only about 2, 3, 4% of the time do they actually help sell homes, but how we do them and how we promote them, they can be pretty effective. I can't promise you, but I'm willing to spend the time and resources to do it. And I obviously believe in open houses and building that up, but now all of a sudden you can promote on social media, you have signs out there. There's just so much that you can get from open houses. And what about broker opens? I'm doing a broker open after this. I don't do a lot of broker opens. I'll do it for like over $1 million, but opening it up to other agents. And now I'll have my signs out there. I have things to promote on social media, broker opens, networking just in general with other agents. I have this going on the market. Or just like when I have signs in yards, my kids play baseball and football. Like a lot of times I'm just seeing parents, I'm like, oh, I see your sign. What do you have? Like it just draws buzz and conversations and people ask. And so you do these things and you put them out there, you put signs, you put it on social, people start asking, you start having conversations and networking, whether you're networking with realtors or you're networking and just kind of just casually talking to people that you know. Okay. Door knocking, you can door knock around a listing. I haven't built my business doing this, but I can tell you right now, it's hard. I think agents right now have to do things different in this business, and there's a major lack of inventory. And I love the idea of a couple things of calling and door knocking, but you can door knock first around a listing. He wanted you to know this home is coming soon. If you know about anyone, wanted to invite you to an open house, wanted you to know that this one sold in multiple offers. We're looking for, I have a list of buyers. We're looking for other homes. So if you know of anyone or you yourself are thinking of selling, we're looking for, those scripts I don't have, but Tina Call is a rock star. And if you want those, and we have all this training for our EXP expansion partners. And if you want it and need it, like I have great scripts. And you know me, I don't like scripts. I don't like them when they sound fake. But knowing what to say and having some of these, we have those. So if you're interested in door knocking, let me know. You can circle dial a property and call around that listing, same sort of approach. Okay. Okay. What I do for all my listings is I ask my clients, I have a formatted template in email that says, hey, listen, there's places online that I can't post that you can post. And if you copy and paste this email below, I'll make it super easy for you. So my email is so easy. It's coming soon. It's all their information. And it's like 10 photos of their property with my logo on it. They can literally copy and paste. I make it so easy for them. So I make sure they know, hey, listen, I'm going to do all my things, but there's certain places online I can't get to. Your Facebook neighborhood group. Okay, if you have like a community association page, that's awesome. Nextdoor is awesome. I can't post all that, but you can say your home's going on the market. So there's that. There's, Facebook, maybe mom groups, dog groups, garage sale group. I don't know. What do you belong to that somebody, or what do they belong to that they're willing to post in? Okay. And same with you, like you could use that too. So let's go on with that and brainstorm again. Okay. So you were asking your clients in the first one to post on their networks. And usually I'm just saying, even if you're comfortable even sharing on your Facebook, awesome. Sometimes people aren't, but what about putting it in their neighborhood group or Nextdoor? So those are usually the two things that I'm saying. And a lot of my clients do it. Okay, for you to post. Yes, you're posting on whatever your mediums are. I use a lot of Facebook and Instagram, and sometimes I'll post certain properties on LinkedIn. Okay, but where else can you post? Google. You can blog it. What other Facebook groups are you in? Right now, everyone wants to know about coming soons. Sometimes it can be looked at like if you're in a mom group or something like that, it can be looked at and you're being really annoying posting housing things. But I challenge that right now because a lot of people want coming soons. There's no inventory. So if you come from a place of adding value, hey guys, just a quick photo of this one on the outside, coming soon. If anyone, I know there's no inventory right now. So just wanted to let you guys know. Think of where you can post. LinkedIn, other realtor groups, your broker group. But there's so much buzz that you can post too. Okay. Obviously, if you're on a team, if you are on Kelly Brown Homes or you are on another team, you got to figure out what your team goal is and what they allow or ask permission. But if you're on a team, it might not even be your listing, right? You might be promoting someone else's listing. And as a busy listing agent, there's certain people, not everyone can promote it, because I just actually had a problem with that. Someone thought because they were with my brokerage randomly, have never talked to them, they could just post my stuff, which is not okay. Make sure you're not doing that. But if you have permission from your team, all of a sudden you're posting and you're helping the listing agent possibly getting more buzz with your network, especially if you have a good network. That's why you build up your likes, you build up your network. Ask them and post their listings. You might get a buyer off it. Yeah, I want to see that property. Okay. So that's really strategic. That's something that we do as a team. The last thing I'm going to leave you with, of one more thing of leveraging your listings, is postcards in print. So that's expensive. And I have one somewhere over here. I haven't started doing that until recently, 7 years in the business. It's very expensive. I don't really recommend doing that. I'd say own social media first and do ads there first, because it's way more cost effective, but you could. One of the things I did in the beginning is I would print just one sheets and I would find someone on Craigslist who was willing to put them in newspaper slots. And that's what I did. I would have somebody and I would pay them, and I did that. But to give you, yes, of course, you can do just listed, just sold. And yes, there's people and you can do that, but it is very expensive. And when you get to that point, you can ask me who I use or anything like that. Every door direct is with the post office, with USPS. And instead of like individually addressing each one, you can send to mail carrier routes. So that is a less expensive option. So there's things like that that you can do. Otherwise, I mean, what about newspaper slots, guys? You can't put it in their mailbox. That's illegal. Don't do that. But you can use newspaper slots. So those are just some ideas for you. There's more than that. Brainstorm and go with it. But one listing, you can get so much leverage and buzz and talk from. So I really encourage you to think through that. Don't just be the average agent. Never be the average agent, number one. But don't be the average agent who's only posting for your listing, you know, for sale and sold. Don't be that guy. Okay, there you go. Thanks for joining.